I did it! My research is finished at last. Tomorrow I'll submit it to the professor. It will be a big day. Tomorrow is the anniversary of Dad's disappearance, too. It's already been 10 years. Henry Morgan, the famous archaeologist, vanished under mysterious circumstances. This was the most recurring headline in the newspapers. I'm sorry, Dad. I tried really hard to understand where your final research took you. A hello to Mom, and then to sleep. Unfortunately, she can't be here tomorrow. Her latest expedition in the Amazon is taking longer than expected. Let's hope she receives my email. Good night, Mom. Coming! This postman believes that everything he delivers is urgent. One can never even get a few hours rest. It's only 2 p.m. The day has only just started. Let's see. Bills. A letter for me? Nobody writes to me, usually. It's dated July 25th, 2008. The same day my father disappeared. Dear Willy, it's Dad. If you received this letter, it means that my mission didn't go according to plan. I can't linger or I would put your mother and you in danger. You must go to the old inn in Bonetown as soon as possible. Room 09, but never trust anyone. Everything begins there in the warmth of a friendly place. Love, Dad. It certainly isn't a prank. The style and handwriting are my father's. I've looked for clues to his disappearance for 10 years. And I even got a letter from him. I must leave for Bonetown immediately. I'll have to manage somehow, because Mom is still traveling. But Bonetown isn't far. With a little money and a bike, I can get there in a few hours. I saw the bike around the house. There's even some money around here somewhere. Off we go! Perfect! I already found the bike. Or rather, what's left of it. To leave, I'll need all the other parts, too. Hi, I'm Willy. Would you like to take a short tutorial to learn how to handle things in my world? All right, let's start. My trusty old piggy bank. My mother gave it to me as a present. According to her, it's the best way to learn home economics. Or, in other words, learn to save. And judging by the sound the piggy bank makes, I got pretty good at it. Its contents could come in handy. It certainly helped me sleep better. It won't come off. It looks like it's bolted on. It's a photo of my cousins, Nate and Sammy Morgan. I haven't heard from them in years, but we were always close. It's a tribute to my favorite band by the artist Glenn Fernandez Sardi. A bicycle wheel. Too easy. I need a ladder to get to it. That's why I couldn't remember where the bike was. Over the years, I dismantled it and used the various parts. Luckily, I wrote everything down in case I had to reassemble it. They look like the pedals of a bicycle. They will come in handy. I'll take them with me. Here they are. Too many drawers. I don't have enough clothes to fill them all. Empty. I could fill it up with the stuff inside the boxes around the corner in the corridor. It won't be an ISO 9000 certified ladder, but it will do. Got you, Wheel. I can make a very good impression with this. Essential for traveling. Giotto always had one too, or so they say. No way. If we start by taking a key at the beginning of the adventure, what will happen next? We had moved recently, and after my father's disappearance, everything was left as it was. I glimpsed maps and various memorabilia, but I don't believe they'll take me to Bonetown. There's a lot of stuff still left to sort out. Notes, research. Coming from a family of adventurers, what else could be expected? Here's a part of the bicycle, the one it can't do without. It's always good to have one for a pleasant bike ride. If only there was a rubber chicken, but these could come in handy too. I feel more at ease taking it with me. I prefer to leave it here. Otherwise, I won't be able to monitor the phases of my puberty. I confirm my morning impression. I'm particularly handsome today. And even the pimples I had yesterday have vanished, making room for other smaller ones. I ran out of it this morning. I meant to go shopping, but my plans fell through. There's a lot of stuff in here, but it's no use to me. An old bottle of sun lotion. Judging by the date on its cap, I suspect it's dried up completely. Let's take it. One never knows what might come next. I was ready for a nice relaxing bath. Best to postpone it. I need something to get the plug out. I don't want to get wet. Body care beauty products, and the results can be seen. There isn't a drop left. I used it all for the bath I was planning to take. I see no alternative. Now you'll discover the huge power of a plunger. Nice work. Now I can safely leave home. Well, look what was hiding in the bathtub. Look where you ended up, dear old useful cog. It's certainly a part of the bicycle. I'm amazed by the extremely intelligent use I made of it. Admire my physical prowess. It's the family crest. I don't think it has the same value as that of lords or barons. As a matter of fact, I believe it was created by my father to honor the Morgan roots, in pursuit of knowledge, for glory and posterity. Dad used to say this at the end of bedtime stories, the protagonist of which was invariably a Morgan. They were all written by Elizabeth Reed, my mother. To me, it's a sort of logbook of her travels over the last 10 years. After touring the world, she decided to partly reveal the origin of her discoveries. I'm in many of them, before becoming mature enough to look after our home and carry out my own research. It's my mother's alarm clock. Ever since she gave it to me to repair, though, it stopped working altogether. This is the map that led my mother to the discovery of her first sunken shipwreck. I've decided to keep this souvenir as a good luck charm. She's been looking for new treasures ever since, a little like my father, before his disappearance. They were always soulmates. Since my father left, Mom has devoted herself entirely to me and her work. Then I grew up. It could contain something important that would be of use to me. Let's see what's wrong with it. Look what was inside it. Maybe that's why it wasn't working. Replacing the internal alarm with the bicycle bell might not have been a brilliant idea. I think I'll need it shortly. It doesn't look like the other figurines. Strange object. Let's see what happens when I pull one of the branches. I thought so. Ingenious. Typical of my mother. I bet she designed it. Look at the nice ring inside it. A ring. At first glance, it looks antique. I guess my mother didn't take it with her for fear of losing it. It looks ancient, and there's also an engraving inside. Difficult to make out. S.C. Arvis Mag A. I think I know what it is. I'll put it in the bag. It might come in handy. Wow! Now in your inventory you have items that you can combine. Doing so is very simple. Open the inventory, select an item with the left mouse button, then select a second item. If successful, wait a few moments and you'll see these items combine and a brand new one will appear. This will certainly be very useful. Try to combine the item you just found with another item you already have in your inventory. And it came to pass that my criminal career began. The lamp is on. When my mother's busy with research, everything else comes second. I better not turn it off. Mom must have had her reasons for leaving it like this. At least I think so. Et voila! Excellent! The heat from the lamp is melting the oil. It's ready to use now. The rusty screws are loosening up. I also finished the suntan oil. I better leave the empty bottle here. Now it works. Let's see if this rubber hammer might come in handy. Let's not do that anymore. It's a present from my mother, and I could ruin it. I want to open it with the least possible damage. Excellent idea. That way I can open it without causing irreparable damage. I wonder how much I've managed to save in the last few months. I expected more. All that noise and all I got is this lot of gears? I don't even know how they ended up in here. The artist wanted to express the concept of the Übermensch tied down by the instability of human life. All I see is a comfortable armchair in front of a landscape. Maybe this explains why I'm not an artist. It's Furniture in the Valley by Giorgio de Chirico. My ancestors were great navigators. According to family legend, our lineage descends from no less than the famous pirate Henry Morgan. But this is another story. It's a work by Vladimir Kush, Departure of the Winged Ship. He's my grandfather, himself a famous archaeologist. He was among the first to discover the lost civilizations of the Amazon. I'm the bookworm of the family. It's a work by the great artist Tiago Huasel. He called it Suhasuna. To remember my little dog Pipoca, and to keep the front door closed. It's Pipoca, as painted by Tiago Huasel. I remember when you could get in there. Old reminders. There's information that could be useful. Here are a few notes I've written down lately. Tidy boxes in closet, and there's more. Here are a few buy new sun lotion, and there's more. Here are a few water doesn't work metal loose. It makes it rust, and there's more. Here are a few water doesn't work metal, and there's more. Perfect. A few more parts. I need a few more parts first. It's a regular gas stove. I can't. When Mom leaves for a trip, she always turns off the gas to avoid any unpleasant surprises. She always says that for a kid my age, the microwave is more than enough. I don't think the incident last year helped. Let's just say that calling the fire department about a burned pan can't exactly be considered my finest moment. They look like tins to store pasta or cookies. In this, my mother used to hide little surprises for me. Let's see if I'm still lucky. Would you look at this? It looks like there's a little emergency money in the bottom of the tins. There's no greater emergency than this. Very useful when one is always in a hurry. It's the fridge. My mother also uses it as a board for her memos. It looks just like the handlebar from my bike. I can't take it. It serves an important function in this fridge. I used it temporarily to reinforce one of the shelves. If I pull it out, everything will fall down. I first need to fix the shelf. This screw is loose. There's a risk the shelf might fall. Just what I needed. I couldn't go anywhere without it. Pepperoni and pineapple pizza, a real delicacy. Various foods, easy to warm up in the microwave and nutritious enough. This is a brilliant example of how a kitchen can be untidy and clean at the same time. It doesn't look like it, but there's a logical order. If I start moving everything, the whole day will be affected by it. Very good! There's still something missing. Making progress. I can glimpse its shape. Another part. Almost ready. I'd really love to try it. I think there's still something missing. It's not time yet. Nearly there. Not long to go. Not long to go. Nearly there. They connect perfectly. Not long to go. More books. The famous What Became of the Great Archaeological Finds by I. Jones and History of Sunken Ships, Chapter 1. Closely related to the second chapter, History of Sunken Ships, Incorrect Construction Techniques. Books, some of them, nowhere else to be found. One-Eyed Willy, His History and Secrets by M. Goonies. How to Get Out of the Kraken by J. Sparrow, and the timeless Green Stones and Old Legends by J.T. Colton. The Family's Library. It contains precious volumes such as 50 Shades of Wood, Which One to Use in Shipyards, and Cannibals Are People Too. More books. The famous What Became and History of Sunken Ships. Closely history of books. One-Eyed Willy. How to Get Greens. Books. Some of One-Eyed Willy. How to Get Greens. The Family's Library. It contains 50 Shades of Wood, Which One to Use in Shipyards, and Cannibals Are People Too. I see my favorite section about real-life pirates is also here. Pirate Code by H. Morgan, Treasure Trove Troubleshooting, and the #1 book, Grog and Other Delights. Books, some of them, One-Eyed Willy, How to Get Greens. More books, the famous and closely history of books, One-Eyed Willy, How to Get Greens. More book, the famous and closely history of more books, the famous and closely history. The Family's Book. It goes from Ancient Pirate Rituals by LeChuck to Little Known Pirate Songs by G. Threepwood. Then there's also How to Look for Treasures Without a Map, 5 volumes, by M. Impossible. It's not much, but it will just have to do. How professional. The bike is ready. I just have to take it, and that's it. Bonetown, here I come. Let's go.